Hello, my name's Stephen Fry, and I'm here to talk to you about Mr. Bolsonaro. Now, you may think, what place has an Englishman to talk about Brazilian politics? And you'd be quite right. It's none of my business to tell you how to vote. But I've been watching his steady rise in Brazilian politics with some alarm. I have met him, I interviewed him. The interview is available for you to see on YouTube if you'd like. And I have to say, as I did at the time, it was one of the most chilling confrontations I ever had with a human being. I really felt I was looking into some very dead and frightening eyes indeed. What the camera didn't show was his cadre, his group of, I don't know, protection and bodyguards. They were frightening enough. He lives in a fantasy world of militarism, which I find deeply upsetting and frightening. And I suppose, far from telling you how to vote, which is none of my business, I'd be the first to admit, I would ask you to speculate on what you think it means to be Brazilian. I know, as someone who loves the country and has visited it many times, what I think Brazil means. It means colour, richness, diversity, astonishing friendliness, warmth, and yes, unquestionably crime and drugs and violence and all kinds of very frightening and terrifying side effects of so many people living together in a mixture of poverty and extreme riches as well. I'm not saying it's a perfect society, and no Brazilian would ever argue it was. But I would say that the Brazilian spirit is one of inclusion, acceptance, love, and sheer pleasure in variety. Think of the music, the mixture it has of the races that make up the Brazilian people. And think of the food. Think of all the art and the culture and the excitement and the parades and so on. They all speak to a wonderful mixture. And what they don't suggest for a second is this mad nostalgia, this strange Trumpian belief that there is one Brazilian race, one ethnicity, one political and religious Brazil. I mean, does he want to be Emperor Maximilian? I don't understand really where he comes from. It seems to be a very dark, frightening and incredibly ignorant place. If the world is to be happier, it won't be by going backwards. It never has been, and it never will be. And the talk he gives, the speech he uses against people of color, women, and of course the LGBTQ community in particular, is genuinely terrifying and will result in more broken heads on pavements, more blood spilt, more torture, more killing, more unhappiness, less acceptance, more crying parents. That can't be right. Surely Brazil is better than that. Brazil is better than Bolsonaro. That is my view. Take it just from someone who loves your country. That's all I have to say. Much love. Bye-bye.
Wonderful. Lindo, see, wonderful. Yes.
I'm sure you remember the case of Alexandre, who was killed, 15 years old, and he was tortured. And the police and everybody involved in the case believes it was a case of a homophobic attack. It seems to me there is something deeply wrong in Brazilian society, that such hatred, every other day, apparently, there's a homophobic killing in Brazil.
Inclusive, grupos querem usar este assassinato, que por vezes pode até não ser por questão da opção sexual dele, mas se inclui na opção sexual porque passa a ser uma bandeira para grupos homossexuais, dizendo que matam e executam, mas eles não querem discutir. Então não tem essa causa toda para se causar esse clamor popular. Não existe esse clamor popular aqui. Não existe homofobia no Brasil. A maioria dos que morrem, 90% dos homossexuais que morrem, eles morrem em local de consumo de drogas, em local de prostituição, ou executados pelo próprio parceiro. Eu entrei nessa briga aqui, dita aí dos gays, tá? Tendo em vista a proposta do governo em querer distribuir nas escolas públicas do primeiro grau, né, um material didático que seria para combater a homofobia, mas na verdade estimula o homossexualismo em criança. Não é questão, é questão de normalidade.
It's interesting you use the word normal. I have a great interest in zoology. There are 480 species of animal that exhibit homosexual behavior, but only one species of animal on Earth that exhibits homophobic behavior. So which is normal?
Tua cultura é diferente da nossa. Agora, nós não estamos preparados ainda, no Brasil, porque nem um pai, nem você, nem eu, tem orgulho de ter um filho gay. Orgulho, prazer, fazer festa, porque apareceu um filho gay na família.
If the child is happy, you see, the only reason they may be unhappy is because they know there's homophobia in society and therefore their child may be bullied. But if the world is not homophobic, then why should a parent worry?
Você tem que ter um norte na tua vida, que quer que os heterossexuais continuem gerando crianças, para que essas crianças se transformem em gays e lésbicas, para satisfazê-los sexualmente no futuro. Então esse é o exemplo da sociedade brasileira, que está sendo plantado aqui agora, por esses grupos que eu chamo de fundamentalistas
I
homossexuais.
have never, ever wanted anybody to be gay who is not gay. Ever. I think that's the most absurd idea. I also happen to be English. I don't want people to be English. Phobos is the Greek for fear. Homophobia is fear of gay people. I wondered how in a society, why people should be afraid of gays.
Não gostar não é a mesma coisa que odiar.
No. No, it's
Vocês
fear.
não gostam dos talibãs,
No.
tá ok? Nós não, o povo, a sociedade brasileira não gosta de homossexual. Nós não perseguimos, não existe grupos aqui no Brasil de caça de homossexuais. É bastante aberto no Brasil. Não somos o Irã. Não se condena a pena de morte, né, os homossexuais. Tanto é que tem passeatas de orgulho gay. Estamos pensando em fazer uma passeata do orgulho hétero. Pensamos fazer isso aí, inclusive.
Yes, you should.
Sem problema.
You should.
Você não será convidado.
Absolutely.
Você não será convidado, mas você
No,
vai.
I should be invited.
Você vai.
No, I should be invited.
That must rank amongst the strangest and most chilling encounters I've ever experienced.